Hello, my name is Ruth Kim. I'm with PMstudy, and we're here with Rayanne just to get some feedback on her PMP certification experience. So, Rayanne, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
A little bit about my background. I work for one of the big consulting firms, and I had a lot of project management experience, about 10 to 15 years, depending on how you count it. And I was getting to a level of responsibility for managing people and managing projects. So as that became a consistent portion of my job, I decided to get my PMP in October 2011 when I actually did the test, and I passed on the first time. I decided to actually use a boot camp because I had thought about getting my PMP the year before, and I had applied to PMI and I was approved, but trying to do the self-study wasn't efficient with my life. So I decided to do the boot camp just to get an aggressive approach and to get all that I needed in order to pass the exam.
That's great.
Since then,
What prompted you to get the PMP certification to begin with?
so I was in my job. A lot of my job in consulting is managing clients. We have no direct responsibility for what they do. You can only try to influence and provide some structure around those projects. So I felt that it would be a good methodology to provide some rigor around how we are approaching the projects.
And have you found it beneficial since you've gotten your certification?
Since I got my certification, it's become very beneficial because now I manage programs. So it's allowed me to move on to managing programs because people are confident and have seen the change in the methodology and the rigor I can put behind the projects that now I'm managing programs.
That's great. So from a career advancement standpoint, that was a benefit.
Yes, and so things like budget and all those type of things, which are higher level responsibilities, I also got those added to my job.
Would you have any general tips for students in terms of, how they should prepare, and from your specific exam experience, what you found helpful?
So for me, doing the boot camp was the best approach for studying because you had people who were trained in that area who could decipher what were the key areas to know. The PMBOK has a lot of material, and being able to focus on, having an ability to focus my efforts on certain areas of study made me able to pass it the first time. So I definitely recommend doing a boot camp.
How about in terms of the types of questions that were on the exam? Were there more questions in particular knowledge area than others you felt?
There were in some places you saw a lot around the ethics. At least when I took it, there were a lot around the ethics and how you should conduct yourself and things of that nature, which was really good because it just kind of tested that it was the foundation was still having an ethical mind, because when PMI, it's a lot of the honor system, especially when you are applying. So seeing that they're testing for that was good.
Okay, that's great. How about in terms of a lot of mathematical stuff that you had to do?
I'm an engineer, so based on the level that I could do mathematics, it seemed to be, it was within the normal range for, even if you didn't have the engineering degree, it's comparable. You'd be able to do well.
Did you do a lot of prep before going to the boot camp, or?
I did some prep. The instructor sent some suggested materials prior to it, and so we reviewed that, but I didn't have to do an exorbitant amount of prep. The class was sufficient for me to pass within 2 days of finishing the boot camp.
Oh, great. So you did a Monday through Thursday class, and then you took the exam on
Saturday morning.
Okay.
Yes, and I only spent Friday doing like a brief review of the key terms and terminology.
All right, well, thanks so much. I hope those tips were helpful for you guys.